Welcome to the Cobb Cole podcast, where attorneys are of no short supply and your values are met. I'm Jess, the Marketing and Culture Manager here at Cobb Cole, and today we're going to talk to Matthew Welch, who's a real estate attorney at Cobb Cole. Welcome. We're really excited to have you, Matt.
Thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
Is this your first time on a podcast?
It is. I've listened to them before, but This is
Okay.
my first time podcasting.
Okay. We're just going to dive in.
Let's go.
So Matt Welch is a real estate attorney at Cobb Cole. He does mostly residential work, correct?
Mostly residential work.
Okay, with a little bit of commercial as
Some
well.
commercial work.
Okay. Matt is known for being someone that has an infamous doppelganger in our office. If you know, you know. If he's not at the office, he's usually on a boat, right? Fishing in the Keys, somewhere beautiful.
Yes, those are all accurate.
Or playing the drums.
Maybe on a stage somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Entertaining, usually.
Sometimes.
So what we're going to do to get started is we're going to do sort of like a rapid fire version of the podcast. So we're going to do all the questions real quickly. We're going to use this to hold us accountable. It's a very forgiving minute. It's really 2 minutes
Okay.
that this has in it.
Sure thing.
So we're going to try and do the 10 questions that we're going to talk about later, more in depth, but we're going to just answer real fast. This is my initial response to that. One word answer, few words. Trust me.
Okay.
He's like, no, I don't.
10 questions in 2 minutes.
Yes.
Got it.
Are you calculating that? Because John Ferguson sat here and was like, oh, it's this many seconds. And then he blamed it on me because we went over. All right. You ready?
Yes.
Awesome. Where are you from, Matt?
Ormond Beach.
Why real estate law?
Real estate's just always been a very fascinating topic in my life.
Who do you usually help with your transactions?
I suppose my audience is probably realtors, sellers, and buyers.
When someone is planning to buy a home, what should the first step be?
Call me.
Good answer. Due diligence. What does that mean?
Due diligence is your investigation into the condition of the property that you're buying.
Okay. Making sure there's nothing awry.
Right.
Awesome. Why do deals usually fall through?
Probably bad behavior on the parties' parts,
Okay.
or some contingency that falls through, financing, inspection, etc.
Okay. What's a title agent?
A title agent is a person that searches title and then issues title insurance policies. I'm a title agent as well as an attorney.
Okay. Inspections. What should I watch for?
Well, that depends on your level of sophistication when it comes to making repairs. So maybe you're okay installing a window, maybe you're not okay. So if you have a window that's leaking, that's a bigger issue for you than it is for other people.
Right. What do you love about Volusia County?
I love the beaches. I love the water. I love my job, my family.
Don't leave out the family. How do people get started with you for their initial consultation?
They can call me, they can email me, they can text me.
Awesome. You were pretty close, but we did it pretty fast. I'm pretty proud of us.
We did it.
Good job. We're going to go a little bit more in depth, a little bit about you and your practice at Cobb Cole, maybe even some details about your personal life and how you made it here. Are you ready?
I am.
Awesome. So are you local to the area, Matt?
I am local to the area. I grew up in Ormond Beach. I'm a product of the Volusia County public school system.
Me too. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Well, it's a good thing. We're both sitting here successful on a podcast.
Okay. All right. We'll take that. So have you always lived in this area or have you lived other places?
Interestingly, between the ages of birth and 5 years old, I think we lived in 15 different places, from the Bahamas to Atlanta to Virginia Beach to State College, Pennsylvania. And then we moved to Ormond Beach when I was 5. So I can't claim to have been born in Ormond, but I am from Ormond because it's all I really remember.
Okay. Where were you actually born?
I was born in Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay. Interesting. I didn't know you lived in the Bahamas.
But
This is
well,
new news.
I don't really, I don't remember it, so it doesn't really count. I don't think. But my parents lived in the Bahamas. How's that?
And you did as a child or a baby,
Yes.
I guess. Your education and your career history. Where did you start school? I know you said you had high school, or your youth was in Volusia County.
Yes.
Where did you end up going to college?
Well, let me back up a little bit. When I got out of high school from Seabreeze, I enlisted in the Marine Corps, and I was stationed in Southern California and had deployments to the Persian Gulf and Somalia. When I got out of the Marine Corps, I came back to Florida just because I love it, back to Volusia County because I love it, and enrolled at UCF in Orlando. That's where I go Knights. That's where I got my undergraduate degree in legal studies, and then I went on to law school at the University of Florida in Gainesville.
After you went through your schooling, how did you end up in the legal field? What were some of your first roles, your experience as a lawyer?
So I had a few summer internships in Daytona Beach, and in fact, I bought my first home while I was in law school and had my first baby while I was in law school, Ryan Catherine, and then we ventured back to Ormond after I graduated law school and started practice.
Okay. And how did you end up at Cobb Cole? What's the story there?
I had been at 2 other local firms, and Cobb Cole was sort of going through a transition period. This is probably 12 years ago, 13 years ago. And I had a call from the managing partner at the time, and they said, "Hey, Matt, are you interested in kind of heading up our real estate practice group?" And I didn't think twice. I jumped on the opportunity. Glad I did.
Very neat. And you plan to stick around? You love it here, right?
I plan to stick around.
It's an interesting part of Cobb Cole is that a lot of our attorneys land here and stay here.
Yes.
And it's neat.
It is neat. I mean, I think we have some 30-year, maybe a 40-year lawyer potentially.
Yes.
Yes.
We have several that went to law school and ended up at Cobb Cole and have never left.
Yes. And I don't see those people leaving.
Yeah.
They seem to be,
very
we call them
happy.
lifers.
Yes. We have a lot of them. It's unique. It's a very unique thing about our office. So what spoke to you about the real estate or transactions department at Cobb Cole?
When I first started out practicing law, I was a litigator, and I did commercial and civil litigation.
Does everyone start as a litigator?
Well, yes, because that's what most people think lawyers are courtroom people, because that's what you're exposed to on television.
Okay.
But there's so many other parts of practicing law and other practice areas, other needs, et cetera. So as a litigator, I loved it, and I did it for 10, 11 years. And when I came to Cobb Cole, it was just sort of a transitional period for me to change practice areas and grow my knowledge base and get out of the rat race of litigation, the needed rat race of litigation.
Yeah. Who are your usual clients? What do they look like?
I get calls from all people that are potentially involved in a real estate transaction. So I get calls from realtors asking for assistance. I get calls from sellers wanting to sell their property, and I get calls from buyers wanting to buy a property. So I really couldn't tell you as we sit here who's my normal person.
Right.
It's all people. It's all walks of life. It's residential. It's commercial. It's borrowing bank money. It's leasing property.
So the question of the hour for you, Matt, is what should someone do when they're purchasing a home? What are some of the first steps that you would tell someone to take action on?
So the first thing that you should do is contact either me or a real estate realtor. We can both help you, but more importantly, after that, the most important thing to do is start looking for the property that you want, and then really focus in on the condition of the property. There's lots of hidden issues that could come inside a property that you have no idea by driving down the street and looking at it.
Right. The curb appeal, and then you walk in and
Yes,
everything's gutted or
that's right.
something wild. So that kind of leads us into due diligence and what that looks like. What is due diligence? What is that period? Why is it important for a purchasing process?
Due diligence, in sort of the basic sense, is an investigation into the condition of the property that you're buying. You want to check for, if we could just talk about a residential transaction for a minute, you want to make sure that the roof is sound, that you don't have termites, that you aren't sitting on a sinkhole, that the plumbing doesn't leak. I mean, all of those things are important. Some people can deal with a plumbing leak, right? You just go under the sink and you fix it if you're a handy person, or if you have a plumber at the ready.
Not.
Right. But you need to know about it because it affects the value of the property. It affects the condition of the property.
Right.
The due diligence period is the number of days that you have. So sellers obviously want you to have a short period of due diligence time.
Right.
Buyers, we want you to have a longer period, 15, 20 days, so you have the opportunity to get these inspections done.
Okay. What are some common reasons for a failed closing?
Typically, it involves either bad actors, so buyers or sellers are not behaving and not playing well with others.
Okay.
Other times, it's contingencies that aren't met. So either the buyer is unable to obtain financing, or the seller is unable to clear up potential title issues. So those are a couple of the things that would make a closing not occur.
What does it mean to be a licensed title agent?
So as a licensed title agent, I search the title history of a property.
Okay.
If there's liens, if there's clouds on the title, if there's mortgages, I just had one recently, it's unpaid child support. That's a rare one for me.
Yeah.
But it's my job as a title agent to work with the seller of the property to clear those issues up so that after the closing, I can issue a title insurance policy that benefits the buyer.
Right. Awesome. So it benefits the buyer to have a licensed title agent in the process, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Especially one that's an attorney as well.
Yes, absolutely.
I have a wild card question for you.
I have a wild card answer.
Oh, no. I don't know how I feel about that. What should I look for during home appraisals and inspections? What are the things that I should keep an eye on?
Well, when you get a home inspection, you're going to get a report that's probably somewhere between 40 and 60 pages, depending on, the more bedrooms there are, the more square feet, the larger the report.
Right.
So you really need to read that in depth. Sometimes they have a summary page. That's not enough.
Okay.
You need to read the details. And if you don't understand them, talk to someone that does.
Okay. Which you do.
Yes, I do. I do.
We hope so, right? As a Volusia County resident, what is one of your favorite things about the area?
One thing I love about the area, and this is probably because of the number of years that I've lived here, I like that wherever I go, whenever I walk in somewhere, no matter what it is, the post office, a grocery store, a local restaurant, a coffee shop, I know somebody. I know someone that works there. I know someone that is walking out as another customer. Yeah. I know someone that is parking in the parking lot. And I think that's cool.
Yes. You still get the small town charm all over Volusia County, even though we're growing. Yes.
Despite the massive growth.
Yes. Yeah. I love that too. As someone in DeLand.
Yes.
We call Mark Watts the mayor because when he walks around, he can't walk through downtown DeLand without knowing someone.
That's right. That's right. I hear that a lot in Ormond too.
Yeah, exactly. Very fun. Makes it a fun place to live.
It does.
How would someone proceed in contacting your team, Matt?
So the best way to contact me is either our main line at the office, which is 386-255-8171.
Mm-hmm.
You can reach us directly, my team, at 386-323-9280. You can always email me, matthew.welch@cobbcole.com.
So what should a new incoming client expect in that initial meeting with you?
Oh, sure. That's a great question. The first thing they should expect is just to, we're gonna sit around for 10 or 15 minutes, and I just want to know kind of who you are, why you're here, why are you coming to see me?
Right.
Are you looking to buy property? Are you looking to sell property? Just the very background information.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to start to talk details. And those details vary depending on what the situation is.
Should they bring anything with them to the meeting?
Do
you generally do a phone call or in person? Do you work in both offices?
I rarely work in the DeLand office, although I'm happy to. We have real estate lawyers in DeLand that kind of service this area.
Yep.
So I primarily focus on East County.
Mm-hmm.
I encourage people to bring anything with them that they deem relevant to our conversation. If we're talking about real estate, I don't need to see your car title, but it would help if you brought the deed, the title report, a contract, whatever it is that you think might be helpful to our conversation. Otherwise, I'm going to send you home with a list of homework. I always call it giving them their homework, and they need to get it back to me.
Right. What do you think sets Cobb Cole's team aside from others in our real estate department? Why do people come to Cobb Cole versus other law firms?
Well, I think Cobb Cole separates itself and stands out because of our longevity in the community,
Mm-hmm.
our reputation, our camaraderie within the firm, and the way that we just all work so well with each other.
Yeah.
If at Cobb Cole, if I have a question, there are 3 or 4 other real estate professionals that I can go to and talk to for 2 or 3 minutes, and I can get an answer, and vice versa. They come to me all the time,
Mm-hmm.
which is different. If you're a sole practitioner and you don't know the answer, you have to go outside and try to find it or make it up.
Right.
Who knows?
Or send them elsewhere.
Or send them
elsewhere.
elsewhere.
Want to do
That's
either.
right.
Yeah. Also, an interesting thing about our office that I love and appreciate is that we have so many other practice areas that if for some reason your case is relying on different things happening, different variables, you can literally walk next door and talk to our litigation specialist, or you can walk down the hall and talk to our environmental lawyer. So
absolutely,
I think it's a unique experience.
Absolutely. Another recent situation I had just earlier this week was a couple came in to see me to talk to me about a property that they own that they wanted to put in someone else they wanted to add their spouse to the deed because they had recently been married.
Mm-hmm.
And as we talked through that process, which involves a couple of very significant details, I learned that they didn't have any estate planning done at all. This is a second marriage. They each have 3 children from their first marriages.
Mm-hmm.
There's grandchildren involved. It's a very complex situation.
Right.
And I immediately just told them, look, we need to get you in with our estate planning team. So you can't do that if you're a small firm or a sole practitioner.
Right. One final question. How would someone proceed to contact you and your team just so that we leave them with that information?
386-323-9280 or matthew.welch@cobbcole.com.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
If you're interested in hearing more about real estate services at Cobb Cole, please contact us at 386-255-8171. We proudly serve all of Volusia and beyond with offices in Daytona Beach and DeLand. Cobb Cole is a multi-lawyer firm specializing in practice areas from land use to employment law. Cobb Cole, your legal compass.
The information you obtain from this podcast is not, nor is it intended to be, legal advice. You should consult an attorney for advice regarding your individual situation. We invite you to contact us and welcome your calls, letters, and electronic mail. Contacting us does not create an attorney-client relationship. Please do not send any confidential information to us until such time as an attorney-client relationship has been established.